Picture a small entryway just inside a front door, a neat row of shoes lined up perfectly, a shelf of soft slippers waiting nearby, and not a single item out of place, even though someone lives there full-time, kids and all. No cleaning service, no weekend deep clean marathon, just a home that somehow stays this way day after day without anyone visibly working at it. If you're over 40, you know the exhausting rhythm most of us fall into, letting things pile up all week, then losing an entire Saturday to catching up, only to watch it slowly slide back into disorder within days. It's not that you're not trying, it's that most of what we call cleaning was never built to be sustained. It was built to be endured once a week until it's needed all over again. Here's the myth bust. You'd think a spotless home requires more cleaning, more hours, more products, more willpower on your day off. But walk into a Japanese home, even a small one packed with a full family's life, and you'll notice something almost contradictory. They're not cleaning more. In many ways, they're cleaning less, just differently, in small moments spread through the day, instead of one exhausting event. Researchers studying habit formation have found that consistency in tiny, repeated actions changes an environment far more reliably than occasional bursts of intense effort. The same principle that applies to health or finances applies just as much to a living room. A clean home, it turns out, isn't the result of effort, it's the result of never letting mess accumulate long enough to need it. So today, I want to walk you through 8 quiet habits that keep Japanese homes clean without ever feeling like a chore. And by the end, you'll understand why so many of these homes never seem to have a big cleaning day in the first place. The first habit is Genkan no shitsuke, the entryway rule, the strict practice of removing shoes the moment you step inside, with a small dedicated space just for that transition. It's not treated as optional or something reserved for guests, it's simply how the home works every single time for everyone who lives there. In the West, shoes often come inside without a second thought, tracking outside dirt, bacteria and grime straight across floors, carpets and furniture before anyone notices. Genkan no shitsuke stops that at the door, quite literally. Researchers studying household contamination have found that the majority of dirt and debris that ends up embedded in flooring comes directly from outdoor shoes, which means one habit at the threshold prevents a whole category of mess from ever entering the house at all. The second habit is Soji, but not the version most people picture, not a weekly deep clean, but a short daily reset, often just 10 or 15 minutes each morning, wiping counters, sweeping high-traffic areas, straightening what's been disturbed. It's treated less like cleaning and more like maintenance, the same way you'd wipe condensation off a mirror before it has the chance to streak permanently. In the West, cleaning is often scheduled for one dedicated day, which means mess has an entire week to accumulate before it's addressed. Soji interrupts that build-up daily, and the mechanical reason it works is simple. A small mess taken care of immediately takes minutes, while the same mess left for a week compounds into something that takes hours. The third habit is mono no basho, literally a place for things, the practice of assigning every object in the home a specific fixed spot it always returns to, without exception. A pair of scissors doesn't live somewhere in a drawer, it lives in one exact spot every time, so putting it away is never a decision, only a reflex. In the West, storage is often loose and improvised, which means tidying requires constant small decisions about where something should go, and decision fatigue is exactly what causes clutter to pile up on counters and tables. Instead, mono no basho removes that decision entirely, and once an object's home is fixed, putting it back becomes almost as automatic as taking it out in the first place. The fourth habit is Danshari, applied to the whole house, not just clutter clearing, but ongoing small decisions about what earns space in the home at all. Before something new comes in, something old is let go. It's not a dramatic annual purge, it's a continuous quiet filter running in the background of everyday life. In the West, homes tend to accumulate steadily over years, since nothing forces a reckoning until storage runs out entirely and a big, overwhelming purge becomes the only option left. Danshari prevents that build-up from ever reaching crisis point, and the simple math behind it is this: a home with less in it has less to clean, less to organize, and far fewer surfaces where mess has anywhere to land. The fifth habit is Tatamu bunka, the culture of folding, specifically folding and putting laundry away immediately rather than letting it sit in a basket or draped over a chair. Clothes are folded the moment they're dry, each piece with its own place already waiting, so there's no intermediate stage where laundry becomes a pile that has to be dealt with later. In the West, laundry often exists in limbo for days, clean but unfolded, technically done but still visually present as clutter. Tatamu bunka closes that gap immediately, and the psychological effect matters as much as the physical one. Unfinished tasks, even small ones like unfolded laundry, tend to sit in the back of the mind as a low hum of unfinished business, and closing that loop right away is part of what makes a home feel calm rather than cluttered. The seventh habit is Kaze doushi, literally letting air pass through. The daily practice of opening windows briefly each morning, even for just a few minutes, regardless of the season. It's not treated as an optional weather-dependent habit, it happens consistently, since the point isn't temperature, it's circulation. In the West, windows often stay closed for long stretches, especially with climate control doing the temperature regulating instead. Kaze doushi resets the air deliberately, and there's a quiet reason it affects how clean a home feels beyond just smell. Stagnant indoor air holds on to moisture and dust in a way that circulating air doesn't, which means homes with regular airflow tend to accumulate less of the dust and staleness that make a space feel like it needs deep cleaning in the first place. And the eighth habit, saved for last because it has less to do with cleaning and more to do with why any of this holds together, is called mono or taisetsu ni suru, treating your belongings with genuine care and respect rather than as disposable or replaceable without a second thought. A well-cared-for object gets wiped down, put away properly, repaired instead of immediately discarded, and that care naturally slows down the accumulation of clutter because a home isn't constantly restocking itself with things treated as temporary. In the West, a culture of convenience and easy replacement often means less attention is paid to any single object, and less attention paid to things tends to translate directly into less attention paid to the space that holds them. Mono o taisetsu ni suru reverses that quietly. When belongings are respected, a home almost naturally organizes itself around caring for them, and that care, more than any single cleaning technique, is what keeps a space feeling intentional instead of cluttered. So there it is, 8 quiet habits, none of them a marathon cleaning session, all of them keeping mess from ever building up in the first place. Genkan no shitsuke stops outside dirt at the door before it ever reaches the floors. Soji resets the home daily instead of letting a week's worth of mess accumulate into one exhausting task. Mono no basho removes the decision fatigue that turns into clutter since everything already has a place waiting for it. Danshari keeps the home from ever reaching the point where a big, overwhelming purge is the only option left. Tatamu bunka closes the loop on laundry immediately instead of letting it live in limbo. Shokki no atokatazuke treats cleanup as part of the meal, not a chore saved for later. Kaze doushi keeps the air itself from going stale and holding on to dust. And mono or taisetsu ni suru, caring for what you own, naturally slows down the accumulation that causes clutter in the first place. None of this means a home stays perfect all the time, and busy weeks will still happen. That's simply true, and no habit list changes that. This isn't a promise that 8 small shifts undo years of clutter overnight. But if you've felt like you're always cleaning and somehow never catching up, it might not be about effort at all. It might just be that mess has been getting a full week's head start before anyone ever addresses it. So tonight, try just one. Take your shoes off at the door and put them somewhere specific. Wipe one counter before you go to bed. Fold one thing the moment it's dry. That's enough to start. Because a clean home was never really about working harder. It was about never letting the mess get far enough ahead to need it, one quiet habit at a time. If this gave you something worth trying, there's more like it here, so stick around. I'll see you in the next one.